This was the skin of an animal, which is now over my skin when I wear it. Ew. Gross. Hi, I'm Lottie. My pronouns are she, her, and I talk about vintage, secondhand, and sustainable fashion on the internet. However, there are so many topics that 90 seconds just cannot cover, so that's why I'm starting my YouTube. We're going to explore in depth today why I think it's okay to be a vegetarian, a very strict vegetarian, who will never eat meat and never eat cows, but thinks it's totally fine to wear their secondhand skin. I'm really aware of this duality, so let's get into it. Let's cut this video down into a menu. The starter is going to be my origin story. The main, which is going to be the meat. That's a really bad pun. The meat of the conversation is going to be talking about leather, pleather, and vegan leather. For the dessert, we're going to talk about tips in finding your own secondhand leather jacket, where to find the cheapest jackets and the best quality that are secondhand leather and that you will love for years to come. And for the second dessert, because we love dessert here, I'm going to talk in depth about my own secondhand leather jacket collection. My origin story, this is going to be quick. We're going to quickly cover it, but I want to give you some context into me being a vegetarian and also me wearing secondhand leather. My mum's always been a vegetarian, and when I was 7, I wanted to be like her because I've always loved animals, and I turned into a pescatarian because, you know, fish is great for growing children, but at 12 I was like, no more, I am never eating meat again. But I would run around wearing first-hand leather Doc Martens. Now, I've always been taught that leather is really durable. We're going to get into this later. I've been taught that leather will last you for years, and that first pair of Doc Martens I had lasted me for 5 years. They had a little high heel. I'm sure I can find a picture of them, but imagine 14-year-old me running around in them, but being like, I'm a vegetarian. Very duality of man type situation. Now, we are, I'm sure, in this YouTube channel, going to get into the depths of when I became ethically aware of production, mass production, fast fashion, and why I hate fast fashion. But condensed story down, at 20, I started being more ethical with, I'm 25 now, I started being more ethical with my clothing consumption. Now, from the age of 15, I've always been more like into charity shops. I've been charity shopping since I was like 14, 15. But I started becoming really highly aware of how my clothes are made, where my clothes were made, how I should have pieces and keep them to last. And like, I've started to think about my ethics more. So that's where we are now. Right, let's get into the meat of it. And ooh, I don't know, because this is my first video. I feel like I'm talking really quickly. We will learn. We will get there. I still know this is going to be a really long video, so I hope you're ready. Okay, the main facts and stats about leather and why pleather sometimes isn't better, and why vegan leather is kind of greenwashy. Leather can sometimes be seen as a co-production of the meat industry, using beef cow's skin. Ew. Ew. If you are a sensitive person, I would be aware that I'm going to say some things that gross me out as a vegetarian. So, okay. Using the skin for leather production, but it depends on how the leather is produced. Now, you can do research into how your leather is produced, but often companies want to greenwash to us. They want to lie. They want to say it was the best cows ever and they had the best life. That's not always true. It's often beef and dairy cows that it's just been a byproduct, and they will sell off their skin to be used as leather. At the end of their lives, they are providing a further service. If you buy brand new leather belts, you're still continuing to support the beef industry though. And we're also getting into this as to why I only buy secondhand leather, because I don't want to directly support the meat industry. Secondhand leather. Why I like secondhand leather is it's helping cut down textile waste. There is 92 million tons of textile waste that go to landfills every single year. So for me, all of these clothes that I'm wearing are secondhand, and most of my wardrobe, like 90% of my wardrobe, is secondhand. If somebody's already bought it and they're like, I'm gonna get rid of this, and they give it to a vintage shop and they're like, yeah, it's fine, or they give it to a charity shop, and that further helps the usage of the secondhand leather, and it's not going to go to the textiles waste. It's stopping clothes from going to landfill. So you're saving clothes going to landfill by buying secondhand leather. That's how I view it in my brain, but there are other opinions, and we will actually be looking at the other opinions. As a person, I will always look at two sides of an argument, which I hope you enjoy, but it also means that I sometimes contradict myself, which isn't always super helpful. Oh, there's a light. Is that gonna my video? Right, let's check. We are in darkness. I did some research and I looked at what vegans were saying online. Now, the reason I'm not a vegan, oh, I didn't even go into that in my origin story. The reason I'm not a vegan is it doesn't go with my stomach well, but ethically, I agree with vegans. However, my tummy just can't, but I do try. My tummy just can't. Back to what we were talking about. I looked at other vegans. I looked at vegans, not other vegans, because I'm not a vegan, I'm a vegetarian, that drinks a lot of vegan stuff. My top, lads, let's get real. I'm really hecking nervous. This idea has been running around in my brain. I really want to do well. So, like, follow, subscribe. No, I don't care about the views. I just want to create something that I'm super proud of. But then I put pressure on myself. Right, breathing, brain, focus. I looked at what vegans were saying online, and there were two opposing, really interesting articles, which I'm going to link below, and I'm going to put some quotes around me, but let me just get them up on my laptop so I can read them up to you. Being a vegan, and when you're wearing secondhand or first-hand leather, it's actually promoting the enslavement of animals, which I agree with. If someone sees me, see, again, me being a duality person, there's many sides to every story, isn't there? If someone was wearing a leather jacket, you might think like, oh, they love leather. It's okay to wear leather, like you're promoting it. Totally here for it. However, for me, the fact that leather is, like, not arguing with this person, I'm not arguing with you, please don't hate me. I'm probably gonna get vegans hating me on this. Oh well.
I'm ready for the hate, guys, but please don't hate me. I have the best intentions at heart, and this is just a conversation that I want to talk about, and I think it's great to have these conversations on the internet where we basically learn everything, and yeah.
I have like a brain thing that makes me get really distracted, so this is gonna be so fun for Edit Lottie. You're promoting wearing leather, which I see the issue. But for me, the aesthetic, big thing for me is the aesthetic of leather. The fact that when you buy it, you will wear it for years and years. If I buy an item, I'm probably gonna own it for like the next 5 years. And if it's something like leather, which we haven't discussed yet, that might deteriorate way quicker. Vegan leather might deteriorate way quicker. Also, we're gonna talk about leather. I'm adding spoilers. It's not good for the environment. The second opinion, Laura, thanks Laura, said that it's okay for vegans to wear secondhand leather is if you already pre-owned it before like becoming vegan. You should be wearing it to like wear its life out. And the items already exist and they should be used for the duration of their life, whether that's secondhand or not. Cool, we've done other people's talking. Now back to what I was gonna say. Let's hate on pleather. Plastic leather and vegan leather, which is essentially plastic leather. Although vegan leather can be made differently and it depends how it's made. Honestly, look at your labels, people. I can't like talk for everything and everyone. But look at your labels. Pleather, which people will be like, oh, it's a great alternative to leather. It's cheaper, it's better for the environment, it's better for animals, it's whatever. It's not better for the environment, and it is better for the animals. Honestly, admittedly, as someone who wouldn't buy first-hand leather, I agree. Pleather also does not last, and it's made out of certain things. Made out of synthetic materials like petrochemicals, I can say that word. And it, for me, gives greenwashing vibes. Vegan leather is also made out of similar chemicals. Now I'm linking loads of references below. I'm going to put all the chemicals around me because I can't say complicated words. But these are all the chemicals they're made of, and it's actually using lots of water to create them. It's having a massive environmental effect to create vegan leathers and pleathers. And unless you're buying them from a really high-end place that's been really clear and transparent about their process, they're probably not better for the environment. There was a Dressmakers vlog article about how vegan leather has less carbon emissions. 15.8 kg against 17 kg for leather. But because I'm someone who's talking about it from someone who only buys secondhand leather production, it's a bit of a different angle. I honestly, there are so many clothes in the world. I don't think we need to be creating brand new leather. And I think it's actually disgusting, and the beef trade and dairy trade is disgusting. But as I said at the beginning of this video, this topic has so many different facets. that different opinions come in, and I would love to hear your opinions. I am expecting this video to get 10 views, which honestly would be astounded with. If one person watches this video and is like, Lottie, that's interesting, but I have this view, oh, I would be so happy. But I think there's many different points to this whole debate. And that's why I also stand here in a position that isn't like dictating, it's just saying, these are my views. Let's move on to our dessert. So, tips for finding your own secondhand leather jacket. We're going to talk about leather jackets because honestly, as a mid-sized girly, I struggle to find secondhand leather trousers. But I think the ways in which I'm going to describe if you want trousers or waistcoats are going to be the exact same method as they are to find a secondhand leather jacket. But I do know that all of these bad boys, secondhand, I'm just laughing at the fact, like a few years ago, 2 years ago, I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to be a content creator. I've never like just done it. And like the space that my brain is in now is like, yeah, do everything, Lottie. Then I'm sat here looking at this camera and I'm like, oh, I'm actually doing it. And it's just making me giggle. I normally pay, not showing off, but showing off, £12 to 25 quid for secondhand leather. Now, full disclosure, this is an eBay jacket and it's one of my more expensive ones. This bad boy, I think was 25 quid. This is my most recent leather jacket purchase and it's literally one of my faves, and I'm going to be wearing it every single like spring and transitional season. Now, eBay, honestly, is one of the best places to find secondhand leather jackets. Your nans, your mums, your whatevers are all selling their jackets on eBay. Vinted, I have found 1 or 2 jackets on Vinted, which I'm going to show you in a bit, but Vinted is just as good. However, I think Vinted people kind of know when things are in style. Now, so eBay, I'm going to, because I love you, I just want to clasp my hands together like this. I'm going to, because I love you, list my favorite eBay secondhand jacket places. I'm going to list where I got this bad boy. They're going to come up here or they're going to come up here. Take a screenshot. Don't get my ugly face in it. But yeah, I'm listing all my favorite sellers. As a vegetarian as well, because we're still talking about that topic, the idea that this is the skin of an animal creeps me out. It's disgusting, the fact that this was, like to my little vegetarian brain, the fact that this was the skin of an animal, which is now over my skin when I wear it. Gross, but let's not think about it. That does sometimes, right there in the brain. But I'm gonna wear it for years to come. This jacket's gonna last me like 10 years. Now, if you are a London baby, you need to check out this leather hat jacket shop. Now, if you follow me on the other socials, can I say those words? The app with the camera that I love, and the app that's dancey, that's I don't love as much, but I still put content on there because you're lovely, but I just don't love you as much. You'll have seen in the last week, I'm hoping the last week, a video about secondhand leather jackets in Camden where there were £18 jackets. Now I'm gonna insert some footage. This jacket store was really good for cheap leather jackets. They were £18 at the front, and then when you went further into the store, the more expensive jackets. This one in particular was 45 quid, and then the other few jackets around they're like from 20 to 45. So if you want to go and try a jacket on in real life, I would totally recommend going to this shop. It's in the stable section in Camden. So let's get cracking. My voice just does weird things sometimes, especially when I'm nervous. I'm still nervous. Why am I still nervous? Let's get cracking into my secondhand leather jacket collection. Oh, hello. Here are all my leather jackets, including this bad boy. I'm gonna chat about them, and then there's gonna be clips of me trying them on here, over my face. So this bad boy is actually my mother's. I'm really scared to wear it out. I need to do some leather care on it. It's really old. It's like from the, I think 80s, 90s. I was really young. I used to wear it a lot. I love it so much and I don't want it to die. However, what I'm gonna do is probably film a leather care video, and because I'm obsessed on TikTok, sideline, TikTok where they have hand washes and they restore them. they restored the leather. I'm gonna do that to this. This is where I talk about where I got them from. This jacket was for 15 quid on eBay. I put the seller on the screen, and I got it, I'm gonna say, my gosh, 2 years ago. Actually, I'm gonna put the seller on the screen right now. Maybe they're still not selling jackets though, we don't know. So if the seller isn't on the screen, I'm gonna put no seller. 2 years is a long time. Who knows what happens in life in 2 years. But yeah, this jacket, it's a basic baby. It's really cute piece at the back. I have worn her to dress almost. I need to leather care her. I need to leather care loads of these jackets, so that will be a great video. This bad boy is a bit oversized, which I love. It's like a crop bomber jacket. I've owned this jacket for 3 years. I don't think the eBay seller is still running. Again, eBay, however, this one was like 25. I've worn it for 3 years, going strong. It's actually a really warm jacket. I need to wear her more this like side of winter because, oh, there's a bit of damage on her. I'll fix her. I need to wear her more. I'm gonna keep her forever and just get so much wear out of her. The size is M, but I checked for the measurements that it would be a bit more oversized for me, and that's what I really like about buying on eBay, is often the sellers will write the right measurements, and I'm a size 14 to 16 and this bad boy is like a 16 to 18, so it's just a bit more oversized for me. Perfect. Okay, so you might think this jacket is the exact same as the other jacket. You're right and you're wrong. It's a bit longer and it's a bit more like tighter fitting. I can't wear jumpers underneath this. I wouldn't wear a jumper underneath this. I really love this one. I got it on Vinted for, it's vintage new look. I got it on Vinted for like, I want to say 20. I have 2 jackets over there in my pile of stuff that I'm going to sell or take to swaps. Other videos I'm going to be making on the internet. Both those jackets are similar to the black jacket, except one's longer and one's just not as cropped, it's a bit more oversized. And those I both paid 18 quid for the longer one, which is like a long matrix jacket. It's very cool and it makes me feel very cool, but it's just too tight for me and I haven't had enough wear out of it. Got that for second hand on eBay, I think 18 quid. The final jacket that I'm going to show you, I'm doing this lace because this particular jacket I think I'm going to get rid of. Now, you'll see in the photos of me wearing it, it's just a bit like sloppy and I feel a bit like farmer cool. I did pay a bit more for this one. This was 30 quid on Vinted, which is a lot for me for leather jackets. I don't know, it's really good quality. Don't fault it, it's just on my body. Not as particularly in love. Right, this one that's been standing here all day. I got this on eBay and I typed in racer jacket. I'm gonna do a list of what I typed in. It finally ended up coming up when I put unique leather jacket in size 16. She looks cute. She's really perfect. I love her very much. I do need to do leather care because I'm worried about her condition deteriorating if I wear her too much, like I wear her so much. I'm currently on the lookout for like a long leather jacket, but honestly, I don't need a leather jacket this season and I'm being really conscious with my consumption, and I'm actually looking to spring and what clothes I need for spring. I don't see myself getting another leather jacket for a while, and these clothes I'll be wearing throughout all the seasons, apart from like summer when it's boiling. And I just wear, like, my style is slightly motorbike, slightly motorbike chick, Y2K, motorbike vibey, dark clothes, colours, and leather jackets just fit really well into my style. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, although I'm still a tiny bit nervous. We'll get there with it. Because I'm not gonna stop. If you are mad at me, let me know in the comments. Engage with me, baby. Where did that come from? My future videos are going to be really conversational videos. We're going to have a deep dive every month, so if you have a topic you want me to cover, feel free to comment what topics you want me to cover. The next video is going to be out next week, and it will be out probably the 31st or the 1st, and it's going to be about everything that I've bought in the last month and my roundup of my secondhand fashion purchases, because I'm being really conscious of my consumption this year. If you want to see more of my face, you can see me on the camera app. That's a constant posting. That's probably 3 videos a week. And then on the dancing app, which isn't really a dancing app anymore if we think about it, I do more trend videos, but that's again similar content to the camera app. Yeah. Oh wait, my cat wants to say goodbye. Oh, his hair's already got everywhere. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I have this little boy. He's my personal shadow. He's called Gus, and he's been sat supporting me in the corner. Anyway, Gus, say goodbye and tell people thank you for listening to me ramble.
I wasn't listening to you ramble, I was sleeping.
Yeah, perfect. Right, like, follow, subscribe. It's so awkward to say that. Say anything, Gus?
You better like, comment and subscribe.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you. Oh, there's hair everywhere. I'll see you very soon.